Yes, gentle people. Yeah, me just in my bed and I relax so much that I feel, sometimes you feel like you want chat. Sometimes you feel like you have to continue your work even when you're relaxed for God. Because guess what? So right about now, I knew that a lot of people are guessing, are wondering, are saying, who is that man? Or who is this man? Yes. I'm of the fact that I am one of the most popular figure right now. Right? And this afternoon, I'm going to lay out a couple of things. Tweety Bird, if your knowledge base is working, then you can stay tuned. And if you do insist or really and truly want knowledge, you can stay here. Right? But Tweety Bird, if your knowledge base is not working, you're going to see me as an idiot, as a fool. But once your knowledge base is working, you're going to see me as one who have been sent by God to get you to understand who is God. Because a lot had gone out of the line of God in such a way because they are lack knowledge. Tweety Bird, you could very well be one of them. I'm not saying you are. You just need to type a little more, say a little more, then I can fully assess you to know which side of the fence you are on, right? Let me just say this to each and everybody. God is a righteous God. God is a true God. God does not make mistake. When God will bring you up on this life for you to show your colors, your guiltiness, God will bring you on this life to show up your guiltiness, your perversity, your wrongdoings. God will bring you here and to make his discerners them discern you, and true, and soon you all that you were hiding are placed on the front line. So that's why them say you can hide from man, but you cannot hide from God. So I want you to get that straight, because I've seen where lack of knowledge is making people said a whole lot of things that giving them away. Right? Lack of knowledge. And sometimes they will say you are arrogant, you are ignorant, you are atheist, you are all you're a homosexual, you are all kind of things because of their disability or inability to discern who you are. The first thing you do is try ascertain knowledge. You cannot discern if you have no knowledge. You cannot discern if you have no knowledge. Right? And you cannot discern from a religious perspective. You cannot discern from a religious perspective. You have to rid yourself completely from religion if you want to be a good discerner and a prophet of the Almighty God. You have to rid no denominations, right? You have to rid yourself of those if you want to be accurate. You see when you rid yourself of religions, right? Then you are free to speak what God says you ought to speak, and not what your religion tells you to speak. So you're caught in two minds with what God says to you and what religion says to you. So in order for you not to be confused, you push aside all religious thoughts and come clean, pure from God's teaching. Then you will be able to discern properly. Right? You will be able to discern at that time. That's why God said you cannot serve God and mammon. Right? If a God, right? So, when we stick to God and His teachings, and we brought them to you who have a religious thought in mind, then we sound so out of place, because we are coming straight from God, right? We sound so out of place, when we rid ourselves of religion. Mark you, remember, I were there doing exactly what you were doing too before I emancipate, before me dash with religion. Me shove religion through the door, and shoving religion through the door, I shove away ignorance with it, right? And leave the space for intelligence to come in, right? When in shoving religion through the door, I also shove away confusion, right? So I urges you, whom are attacking me using your religion, that exactly what your religion tells you to do, to attack God's people. Right? Right? When the Apostle Paul were working for the Romans and persecuting God's people, he was working with religion. He was working with a religion, right? Until he had met the real Christ on Damascus Road, according to the Bible, right? And he was shocked of all his religious thought and coming straight from the God of nature. When his mind being revoluted, when he had this revolutionary mind, right? He was coming straight from nature. And to the point, when he reached there, this is what he said. This is what he said when he was revolutionized, right? He said, "For the message about Christ's death on the cross is nonsense to those who are being lost." Wow. When he revolutionized himself, because Paul knew who are lost. No, because he knew that he was once lost. And I'm saying the same thing. I knew when I used to carry this religious banner, this religious confusion, right? Everywhere I go, I carry this confusion of religion and their thoughts and teachings that is completely different from the teachings of nature. Right? So Paul said, for the message about Christ's death on the cross is nonsense to those who are being lost. Right? You know of us? But for us who are being saved, it's God's power. I wonder if you know over us that. For those that had gone through the test of time, know religious thought and know what nature's required. When you have it both ways, you are powerful. Right? You will be able now to choose what is good and what is bad, what is right and what is wrong. But when you have it, when you are imprisoned by religions and cannot flex, you cannot flex your mind, you cannot flex your brain, because you have been handcuffed by the religion of your choice. Right? When you find yourself handcuffed, as soon as you choose a religion, you're handcuffing your ability, your brain, your mindset. It is not flexible anymore. Right? So you just talk like a zombie. Right? Whatever the religion is that you are upholding, now let it go. No, right now, 13th day of September 2024, let go the religion there. Let go the religion that is something in your religion, let it go. It is like opium, let it go. Right? And just concentrate on God, nature's power. No religious power. Let it go now. Wow. Right? One thing you must learn to do is to overs or discern, comprehend. Comprehend. Yeah? It's or said overstand. Some say understand, right? Or knowings. You're gonna push away belief with religion. You throw religion and belief through the window. Yes? Because belief and religion are in the same category. So you throw them both through the window and try to know and accept. You see that little place in you where belief is occupied? Make way for knowledge. Push out belief and make way for knowledge. That little part in you, in your head, in your cells, that you have believed, empty it. Just like how you would empty your trash bin and these devices. When it is clogging up your devices, it makes your devices run slow. They call them junk file. Get rid of all of those junk files out of your system, right? And you will have a free mind, right? So you're going to get rid of first, which is a religion, which is a junk, and believe, which is another junk file. So get rid of those junk file and started to roll and scroll anew, right? For the message of Christ's death on the cross is nonsense to those who are being lost. But for us who are being saved, it is God's power. The scripture say, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise and set aside the understanding of the scholars. I will destroy the wisdom of the wise. The wise believe that they know. The scholars believe that they are bright, but bright in the sense of carrying out the works of their religions. Yes, Paul was once bright in absorbing the religious thought, and Paul would have so eloquent in his teaching the gospel of religion. Yes. Lots of you are afraid of this word, revolution. Now Paul has revoluted his mind, has a mind revolution. And as soon as he get that mind revolution, he turned away from the religious thoughts. He emptied his trash bin, right? And he welcomed in now the Holy Spirit, nature spirit, into his mindset. And there and then Paul received the real power. Yes, you have power, but not real power, right? So a lot of you have power, but not the real power, because you get the real power out of nature. No organization, no religions, right? Give you real power. Real power when you have the knowledge to put all the numerals together, right? To put all, to be obedient to your inner thoughts. That's when you have power, right? To accept your inner thoughts, to believe in your inner thoughts, right? That's real power. So it makes you right, and it also makes you bright. And the burden that you were carrying with religion, you shed them, and it also make you light, right? As soon as you shed all of those burdens, you will ascertain power. Now, you don't have to go to no man's organization for power. Don't make them fool you. No mercenaries, right? You don't have to rely on their power. You have power within you. Bring out that power that you have within you by first accepting yourself, respecting yourself, knowing yourself. knowing yourself. And I'm quite sure you will ascertain power. Right? Now, people been seeing this face going around on your medias. People been hearing this voice saying a number of things. People been guessing, who is that man? Let me tell you something. If you are not tuned to nature, you will never know who I am. I'm going to say that again. I'm going to say that again. If you are not in tune with nature, you're not going to know who I am. All you're going to do is to make up your own belief of whom I am. All you're going to do is guess who I am. But if you are in tune with nature and you becomes a friend of nature and you go to nature and ask nature who that man is, you sure get a perfect description of who I am. So you can't fool me. You can't fool me. Right? Some are afraid of nature God. Afraid of nature's God, that afraid to even ask nature a question the way afraid of nature. And let me tell you something about fear. Fear don't comes from God. Fear doesn't come from God. Come on, if you are a church goer right now and you are a Christian right now and you have fear in you, repent. You need to go back to the foot of the cross. You're not ready yet. You are wrapped up and you're tangled up and you're tied up into the arms of the negative energy. If you take up Bible, songbook, and gone to church every day and still have fear in you, is fashion and style. Nothing real there. Nothing real. Take it from me. Nothing real there. Fear doesn't come from God. The negative forces that you call Satan injected fear and intimidation. Fear is intimidation. Right? Which doesn't come from God. Because God has his angel to protect you from any destruction if you are a friend of God. I said if. Because we know that lots, oh mercy God. Let me use the word fake. Lots of fakers are out there. Man fake everything. Come on, what did you say, Tychicus? Man fake everything. I'm not a preacher. No. I'm a truth talker. I'm not a pastor. I'm a truth talker. Right? Man fake. When I say man, me mean human being. That's why the fake world is so popular. From you are a faker. then you are not with God. Come on. Oh, merciful Father, what is this on the 13th day, Friday the 13th? From you are a faker. You are not with or in agreement with nature's God. Hello? You understand? When I say fake, you are black, but your skin white. Yes? You have picky here, and you pierce on nice sweet blonde hair. You are a faker. Why you think I don't even looking at the church? And then when I pass the church, then I walk over the other side. Because I saw pure fakers going in. I saw fakers preaching. I saw fakers teaching. What a faker gonna teach? No fakeness. Eh? No fakeness. You go teach. Right? And fakeness is not of God. That's why I said nature's God. Because nature means natural. Natural. Naturality is the highest quality. So I am speaking of the natural God. The God of naturality. So how I'm going to accommodate fakers? How I'm going to accommodate a transgender who are faking you born a man and faking to be a female. You born a female and you're faking to be a male. Right? It's filled with fakers. So faking is not only the hair, fingernails, buttocks, eyelash, and all of that. You are faking your identity. And you even go faking your sexes. You don't understand what I say fake? Knock off then. Not real. Not real. Since as una say una not understand the word fake. Not real. You burn black and you use chemical to look white. Right? You born with black hair. I may see you have red hair. I born with black hair. And through the passage of time, 67 years, and through that process, the color of my hair changed. And I remain natural. I could want to look young. Right? And I could use dye to fake that I am a young man. I don't want to look like a young man. I want to look like a mature man that mature from over the years that I am here, so you can see that you're speaking to a man of wisdom. So look at some guys in the barber shop. Bald them head. Use one machine and shine it. just to look young. Fake looks. Fake looks. Yes? You know, if I were running a fake life, if my life was a fake, I wouldn't have 288 likes there. I would have 2.2 likes up there. Because I would have on more fake people. More fake people would be on. And more fake people would be dashing out fakeness to make fakeness look attractive. Fakeness is not attractive. Fakeness is destructive, not attractive. Faking is trouble. Faking is lie. Faking is misleading. I know a lot of you fake that you're in love with somebody and you're not. A lot of you fake. Why lots of these relationships cannot work? Because it's a fake relationship you're running. Right? The relationship only starts because of greed and sometimes need. Right? Not because you love. The person you are aligned with, you can't take a second of his breath, his or her breath. But you're lying, faking that you are comfortable, faking that you love, biding your time as soon as you crawl full to disappear with all his energy. Fake. You are not real. And I'm speaking on both sides of the fence. Right? I am not a faker, so I can speak. I'm not a religious person, so I can speak. Right? I am not a political person, so I can speak freely. One thing I knew I'm a nature being, a product of nature. So I can speak eloquently from nature's point of view, not a political point of view, not a religious point of view, but from nature's point of view, I can speak. So I can speak clearly. Right? Many of you would have seen me here in Jamaica. I only traveled to Trinidad once for a couple of days. But I must say thanks to the World Wide Web that takes me right around the world. I am been knowing right around the world. There's hardly a part of the world who don't know this man through my Batikaki video, through my stand resistance of the perversiveness of God's order. My voice have been heard, my face have been seen through the advance of knowledge through technology. I can speak the word here and it goes all over the world through the advance of technology. Knowledge would have increased right? So I can lie in my so I'm relaxing on my bed. Yeah? First time you could only make speeches from a designated area. And you would have to be appointed to make speech. Here I am. The rain was falling and I was relaxing. And the Spirit said to me, speak to the world. And at my fingertip, I turn on my live. And with 6, 7, I'm quite sure even one of these 5 that is here is millions away from here. Could be all 2 miles away, but yet they are seeing me. They knew what curtain I have on my door. They knew if my pillow is clean. They knew if my, they knew everything. They knew if I have a white teeth. They knew everything through the power of knowledge. So no, don't play with knowledgeable people when you see them. Don't take knowledge for fun. And I would implore you all to get some knowledge. I couldn't read and write when I leave school. And that's why I can speak so strongly about nature. I could not read and write. I could not speak to people. I was this, what did I call? Dark country boy. I come from Pusey Hill, Manchester. Fearing district. Right? This dark country boy come to Kingston. Couldn't speak to people until nature takes me and taught me. He teach me how to speak. He teach me how to sex. He teach me how to speak. He teach me how to obey. Nature teaches me everything. He teaches me how to be bold. He teaches me how to be eloquent. Yes. Nature has taught me everything and did not pay nature a tuition fee. I did not borrow a student loan. So the best education you can get, it is free through nature. All you need to do is to be obedient to nature. Now believe me, I work a bank as security guard and can't read. Right? Right? I work a guard as a guard carrying a firearm and can't read. Can't even pull up the gun. Can't even, yes, I could have did load the gun. Never fire a shot out of the gun carrying a gun for many years. Right? So when you hear me talking about the protection of the Almighty, is not guess, I am guessing, because His Spirit, nature's Spirit, guides me through those difficult times until nature teaches me to read, to write, to comprehend, to discern, to compose. I'm a songwriter. I'm a recording artist. Right? I'm a motivational speaker. Right? I make signs. I love words just like how I love pum pum. Right? Words and pum pum I love, yes, or pussy, let's say pussy, yes, yes, because we speak the Creole language. Vagina is the European language to describe the life-giving hole, which we call pussy in our language. In the European language, it is vagina. In another country, in the Spanish-speaking country, they would say chow chow, right? In China, some part of China, they call it shi peng, right? But it's only in the undeveloped Jamaica when you speak of it and call it according to your culture, you may even got jail feet to say pussy. Only in this undeveloped country, right? Give thanks for knowledge. Yes? Give thanks for knowledge and always try to ascertain knowledge. Set yourself at a place where you can acquire knowledge, and have a place of quietness, and you will learn to meditate. You cannot acquire real knowledge on the brute force, on the whipping, right? No, you need quiet environment to meditate, to ascertain real knowledge. I wonder if you don't hear me. I don't think so. I don't think you don't hear me. I'm going to say it again. Great one, good afternoon, sir. Right? I'm going to say it again. To ascertain real knowledge. You notice I did not say knowledge, because you have tech knowledge. I said real knowledge, not technology, but real knowledge. You need a quiet place to meditate. And that's when the teacher of the universe teaches you. Oh, the Rasta man would say, they go up in the hills, they go to Bubba Hills, and they are enthused by the whistling of the bird, the fluttering of the breeze, and the roaring of the river. Right? Yes? And they would have meditated. Right? They would have meditated. And they would have retained their meditation. And after they started to come in the public domain, they are seeing things completely different of what they would have seen through meditation. When they saw the action of the people, it's far different from what you have seen with meditation. I'm going to rephrase that. When you put both what man has taught you and what you have learned through meditation, you would have seen that it is a two different ball game. I learned that the cow could jump over the moon through meditation into an open back truck coming from Manchester, right? And passing out down an inside there, where they used to have lots of cows, right? out of Maku spend this on goat and all of them things there. Right? Traveling in this open back truck from Manchester. Me and my mother go Grassyard Market go sell tangerine and coal. Right? Right? Because only that we did have to live off of. Right? And always remember, in those days, I born 1957. So you don't know what the teaching was. What little girls are made, what little boys are made of frogs and snails and crocodile tails. Right? A deagle, deagle, the cat and the fiddle, the cow jump over the moon. Right? 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 All of those teachings were being taught as memory gem to prime my brain for a primary level. Right? So it was being primed with lies and allegories. Because cow can never jump over moon. Dish has no feet to run away with spoon. Right? But they were priming me on lies. And what little boys are made of? Frogs and snails and crocodile tails. That little boy are made of? No, lies. And they said they were memory gem. They said they were nursery rhyme. To prime. The rhyme is to prime your mind. Your mind they were setting at that particular junction of your life with lies. And what little girls were made of? Sugar and spice and everything nice. You know what they were doing at that point? They were separating the boys from the girls. They want the weaker set, which is the girl, in that sense, to say, look at boys as something awful. Frogs and snails and crocodile tails. Right? That is how they said the little boys are made of. And those teachings were coming from a particular religion. A religion that would be saying no to production, no to reproduction. So separating the girls from the boys, from in their mind, the cranium of their mind, would pave the way for non-production. And you are now frightening these young minds that what little boys are made of, frogs and snails and crocodile tails, right? That's how they prime them. And to insult our Maku's pen, when I saw the moon was shining, it was about minutes after 8 o'clock. And I was in the back of the truck. I don't know if my mommy was sleeping. But I certainly weren't sleeping that night. That's Wednesday night. I certainly weren't sleeping as we passes through Maku's pen. And I look, the moon was shining. And I said, and I saw the cow on the ground, probably gurgitating or trying to find something to eat. And I started to say to myself, then how the cow go over that moon? But that's not possible. How the hell on earth the cow go over that moon? Now it is that was about age 8. My intuition chips in and tells me that it couldn't be so. What did the teacher tell you? That cow jumped over moon. What did my intuition telling me at that time? The cow cannot go over the moon. And the dish cannot run away with no spoon. Because my brain started to develop. And I started to develop meditation. As your brain developed, you started to develop meditation. How to meditate, how to eradicate, how to elevate, how to emancipate, how to appreciate, how to be great. Eh? Yeah. And from that day, you are not gonna good enough come tell me about cow jump over the moon. But as a child, under my parents' command, I have to fake the belief. As a child, it was still teaching in school, and I have to recite it. But don't believe it. Then, grown man now said, I will teach against it, not teaching for it, not agreeing with it. That's a lie. That's wickedness. That's misleading. And if everybody did take that stance, we wouldn't have so many people today doesn't know if they are male or they are female. Mighty God of Daniel. Many people today are struggling whether they are male or whether they are female. Whether they are to take it or whether they are to give it. Many people today, because of those misleading story, memory gem, those misconcept of nature's command and nature's demand, right? Wreaking havoc on our people today in such a way that lie is more popular than truth. Falsehood, fakeness, that was fake education, by the way. So fakeness becomes the primary brand of education. So when I come out at age 67 and saying to you, beware of the Tychicus. Beware of the Tychicus. Do you think I do not know what I'm saying? Do you think I just say it just for a clout? Do you think I just say it because I have a mouth to speak? No. I said it because of the love for humanity. When I saw the subtleness of these billionaires injecting in the lesser developed brain, I could not hold it. I have to say it, I have to tell it, I have to cry out. Beware of these people who are lying on nature. So nature make them that way. What they are saying, nature had made them Not to do right but do wrong. Nature did not make them that way. They chooses that way. And you want to infiltrate my sons, my daughters, my undeveloped mind children in your own concept of life, leading them to a point of destruction. We couldn't hold it. Be careful of those men and women who is telling lie on the Creator, that the Creator makes them a woman when them is a man, right? And that the Creator makes them a man when them is a woman, right? Be careful of them. They go, the girl, if God did want to make them a man, God would have made them with a penis. They would need have to go to the corner shop to buy a rubber and strap it on. Right? If God did want the man to receive sex, God would have made an extra opening. Right? Nature would have opened a space to intake. A male do not have an intake. The female has, I think it's 8 open space. Eye, nose, ears, mouth, vagina, and rectum. That's the female. Man has one less. And the one less they have is the intake. Man must not intake. Has nothing to intake. Has nothing to have intercourse. Right? So if a female has 8 open space, men has 7. One less. We can go a little further. A female has 20 thumbs. And when I say thumbs, see them here. You don't say thumbs up. And you have 5 thumbs on one hand, on your right hand, 5 on your left, that's 10. You have 5 toes on your right foot, that's 15. And you have 5 on your left foot, that's 20. Me I tell you now, how these people gone wrong, you know. And because they don't stick to nature, they will never get this intelligence out of nature. Because they now teach this and no university, because the university has overcome by religious teaching, by false teaching, fake teaching. So you will never get this teaching in any of the university, but you will surely know you're getting it in the universe. Right? And for the male have 5 thumbs on his right hand, 5 on his left, that make 10. He have 5 on his right foot, that 15, and 5 on his left foot, that's 20, and 1 in the form of his penis make 21. Right? So there's a huge distinction, right, of the additional thumbs to certify whether you are a male or a female. You cannot be mistaken. If you have nothing to take it, you will have to be converted to take it. You will have to be engrafted into a woman to take sex. So, what they do, they pervert their inhalation, their exhalation for inhalation. They use their exhalation for inhalation. Now, the female can exhale and inhale. Male must only exhale the waste. The female are unique people, so they do it inhale and exhale. In that regard, they intake and let out. Now you inhale and you exhale through your nose, your nostril. But we're talking now on a sexual standpoint, because the Bible did say, be fruitful and multiply. The writer did not say have sex. He said be fruitful and multiply, meaning man and woman must have sex to bring the multiplication. Be fruitful, be truthful, and multiply. But what if you don't have what to have intercourse? Male did not make with a space to have intercourse. You cannot have intercourse in your mouth. Your ears is not big enough for the penis. Your eyes doesn't deep enough. Your nose doesn't big enough. It will kill you. It will stop your breath. Right? Right? So the only possible place that you could use is your rectum to pervert the course of nature. Yeah? Yes? Yes. It's the only possible place that you could use to perverted the course of nature. Right? If it is lie I'm telling, why don't you type into the comments box and tell me that I'm lying? Tell me. If what I'm saying is not true, why don't you participate and tell me that it is not truth I am talking? Why? You don't want to build up my kingdom of truth? Or you don't want to make people know that you are agreeing with truth? Because remember, I know, when you comment or when you join the live, the world is seeing you or have a chance to see you. If you fail to participate, it's that mean in a conversation of like this, meaning that you are hiding. You don't want anyone to see that you are participating into a deep, true conversation like this. Right? At one point, I thought that I were locked off. My comment section was locked off by dance, that people cannot comment on what I say, or people cannot send gifts or appreciate what I said. But there's nothing like that. It is just the guilt of the people itself that am I using the right word, guilt? Or the mentality of the people, right? That fail to support truths and rights. Yes, it is the mentality of the people whom would have seen truth and support lie over truth. Right? That is the reason why live like these doesn't get support. Because of the mentality of the people who would prefer to support a life that is not as fruitful and truthful as this. Yes. So it is the mentality of the people. Now, when you support Tychicus live, now you're showing the world, because each time you made a comment, not only me alone see it, everybody else see it who is on the live. Now, you can't make certain people know say you support certain things. So you can't comment, because you're not straight. You can't make certain people say you support a life that is talking truth, because you are not straight. It's going to make trouble. Yes, it's going to make trouble. It's going to cause trouble to your lifestyle, to your style of living. It will change. It will bring about a change. Right? Your gravy cart will be cut off. And you don't want that to happen. You don't want Jatukuma to see that you are agreeing with what Tychicus has said. A man has 21 thumbs. Right? So you must know the difference between a man and a woman. Just counting thumbs them. Right? In 10 toes and 10 fingers and his one penis, and you know says a man that, right? You don't want your to satisfy your agenda, right? And you don't want to mislead your member, right? You don't support the truth. I know a lot of you are saying, with a boy, with a white-head boy, that a old boy, they were not dead. Yeah. I know a lot of you say, COVID, how COVID never kill him, right? I know lots of you say that. Or, I know lots of you are saying that right now. Because I knew that the truth sting like a bees. I knew how the truth sting, as I knew when I come out with the video, as when I was just about to manipulate hundreds of thousands of young people around the world, and I bring the awareness, be careful of the batikakis. And young people now started to ask question, what is a batikaki? What a batikaki entails, right? And they are now learning the essence and the danger of a penis that goes in the rectum, taken out of the rectum, and traversed in the vagina. The amount of bacteria, the amount of unpleasantness it is taking back into the vagina. And they are now realizing that really and truly we will have to be careful of situations like those. But it hurts the perpetrators badly, because it started to set back their agenda, their 2030, their 2040 agenda. Because more and more young people are now being skeptic and are now interviewing before intercoursing. They are now making certain that they are living up to nature's plan one God, one love, one heart. The oneness. No two-way. No gender agenda. No gender agenda. One whole, one goal, one soul. No gender agenda. They were targeting the young, undeveloped mind people. But the young, undeveloped mind people are now pushing back, pulling back in going forward into that sort of lifestyle. So it hurts them bad. So till I got a text from someone. When name again? River 4. Yes. River 4 the other night on my live. And this was his comment. You are practicing hate speech. You are to stop it. You are to stop it because you're under the radar of the USA embassy and gay flag. And it makes me feel so happy to know that it reaches them. To know that they are really feeling the effects of the message I am sending out to this